welcome back to Core Vision. I believe it's episode 8 now. And we're going to hop into our Week 5 thoughts. And we'll just jump into my man's Super Bowl pick, the Giants. right into what they're doing this year.
Okay, I guess I put the jinx on him.
They put the straight up hex on him.
I don't really know what's going
He
on.
might have put it on his Raiders, too.
Oh, I'm putting it on everybody. I think my Super Bowl pick right now is looking like a real long shot.
Combined 2 and 8.
I guarantee you the Giants end up. And I would have never thought this. Obviously, I picked them to go to the Super Bowl. I would have never thought they'd be fighting for the number 1 pick.
They're fighting.
They're fighting for the number 1 pick.
They are fighting.
They might as well go for it. I would go for it.
I mean, they are. So what? So Brandon Marshall out for the year with an injury.
More importantly,
OBJ out in the year with an broken ankle, which people are making fun of him crying and stuff. I would have been crying too.
I don't understand him. I'm just not a fan of that anyways, just making fun of people when they get hurt. But
it's the sport they care about. Like, it's what they played their whole life.
Yeah, and I don't understand it because, more importantly, people are just like making fun of and judging Odell for pretty much everything that every wide receiver does. Like,
I think part of it comes, he did have a high ankle sprain, but, I mean, he made it look like he was dying in the preseason. But, I mean, if you've had a high ankle sprain, I mean,
ain't nothing to play with.
It really ain't. A regular sprained ankle is nothing to play with.
No.
So, I mean, I feel for him. I don't know why people are making fun of him. I think it kind of stopped when the results came back that he broke his ankle.
Yeah.
Like, that sounds rough.
Yeah, and
that's rough.
I wasn't a big Odell fan until I really realized that everybody in the media picks on him for absolutely everything that Antonio Brown, I love, throws a tantrum on the sideline.
It doesn't get nearly as much attention. I think a lot came from that Norman situation that they both had.
That was when I was
He took it a little too far, immature. I mean, some of the stuff he brought on himself, too. Like, last year, before their playoff game, I mean, him
taking
and,
the picks, yeah.
I mean,
that wasn't
Victor
just
Cruz,
him. That's what I mean.
No, Victor Cruz, and a couple other players go down to Miami and then just fly back the day after.
Bashed for it because obviously he played bad in the playoff game.
It's a superstar team. I mean, it's a superstar player. I mean, it's like with not to get into it too much, but like with Cam Newton's comments that he said last week, like, you just got to be smarter than that when you know you're the face of a franchise and everybody's going to scrutinize you that much. Mm-hmm. I mean, in Cam's instance, he's been around a little longer, but I mean, you just got to realize that, like, no matter, they're going to get on every little thing you do.
Absolutely.
That's why I have respect for, like, the stars, like, say, A.J. Green or Julio Jones and stuff like that. I mean, they just don't talk.
Yeah.
I think that's the best way to do it.
Yeah, when we talk about a wide receiver that doesn't talk and should be a star, it's Amari Cooper. What the hell is happening?
Man, what is wrong? I mean, if anybody's actually watched this from week to week, I was high on Amari Cooper. I thought this was actually going to be, I've been waiting the first 2 years for him to fully break out. He's been solid.
Okay, let me be the little homer and, everyone, it's my team. First time he's playing against Norman. Okay, the whole team struggles. The offensive line definitely struggled. And definitely is not the same offensive line as last year. Then goes against Denver. Didn't really expect much. I don't know about you.
You can't expect much against Denver. If you have to start a guy against Denver, you just got to pray they get lucky at the end zone.
Okay, and then week 3, you can go, or the third time, and we're just talking about the last 3 weeks. It's just been rough. Against the Ravens. A solid defense, a good defense, nothing like amazing or like Denver,
they're solid.
But without your starting quarterback. I still expect him
EJ did solid, but EJ's not the guy that's going to get to Amari and Amari's type of routes. Yeah. EJ's the guy that's going to keep it safe, trying to turn over the ball.
And, I wouldn't overpay for him, but if you could get him as cheap as he's played lately.
If you could get him on the low, which I'm sure anybody that, used a third-round pick on him. It's got to be quite frustrated at the moment.
Absolutely frustrated as hell.
So, if you got a hot guy that's done well, maybe even the last couple of weeks or something.
Yeah, if you're winning.
Send the offer, why not?
If you're doing good in your leagues, unlike me.
Even in a keeper, though, if you can try to snag him on the low. Yeah. He's not going to continue being this bad. And with Derek Carr, it definitely seems like he's going to come back this week.
Yeah, which is
who knows if he's at full health, but I'm sure Derek Carr also knows, all right.
Yeah, well, they're not winning.
You all lost 4 games last year, and you're at 3 right now.
Yeah, then we're not going to be as good as we were if we don't find a way to get Cooper involved. And I think everyone knows that. Michael Crabtree probably knows that. As good as Michael Crabtree is, and he is really good, but he's more of a perfect two.
I mean, and Michael Crabtree, I mean, as good as he is, if he would just lower some of his drops, he would probably be like literally.
Army has about
I mean,
seven,
they're both.
He dropped 4 on one series in the first game.
So I mean, so there's Amari Cooper's problems. One that I love to talk about. Thank you, Jaguars. Ben Roethlisberger throwing 5 interceptions.
Oh my God! Look, we always talk about Big Ben home and away splits.
Yeah, wow.
Home. Oh my God! First of all, I've been saying this for a year. Ever since I had Big Ben in fantasy and had Le'Veon Bell, the Steelers' play calling is absolutely trash.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I agree. Like, me not being the homer that I am with the Bengals because I do not like the Steelers. But if you're Steelers and you're facing a team that has been number 1 against the pass and then 32nd against the run, and you have, I mean, the only one that I would have argued before the season started was David Johnson. He's hurt right now. So you have the best running back in the league. Give it to him 40 times.
And which I don't understand is being the week before they gave it to him 35 times.
And look what happened. They got a dub.
And then when you're playing against the best pass defense and the worst run defense, then you want to give it to him 15 times.
Yeah, I mean, me being a Bengals fan, yeah, that's awesome. I'm glad they did it. But, yeah, I don't really understand their play calling. I don't know if they're having a problem there, but I mean, it led to Ben saying after the game he just doesn't know if he has it anymore. But he might not have what he had, but something tells me it's a big game. I mean, a hard game going to Kansas City to play Kansas City, but something tells me they're going to win that game.
Man, it's just
I don't know why.
The last few, what would you say, 4 years, like we've been saying, the Steelers obviously have the potential. The offense
and
could be
they finally have everybody there, even Martavis, which really has not done anything.
But it just, it starts with, obviously the off-the-field problems with Martavis and Le'Veon. But it also starts with the quarterback calling those players out in the media. And then calls out Antonio on the side for his sad line.
They've had a lot of stuff. I mean, I don't think it helped in the offseason. Like, Ben, I mean, I knew he wasn't going to retire, but he made it seem like he was kind of just done. Yeah, well, like you say, 1 foot out. Like, so I think that comes into play a little bit with him as well.
What I'm saying is it kind of it forces a divide. It's like, Big Ben's had his off-the-field problems. Do you really want people to call you out, your teammates to call you out in the media? Because they can.
The boy can they. A lot of problems he's had.
So, I mean, I never understood that with the Steelers. Is that it kind of, they seem like a brotherhood in the locker room, and they say all the right things about their locker room. But they come out in the media and they just, Big Ben, I could really say, he just comes out and really says whatever he wants about his teammates, and I don't understand that.
I mean, I don't really understand it, but I think we can both agree, like, if this team clicks and they stay healthy, I mean, you're looking at a team that could, they could be the best team in the NFL. The defense hasn't even been terrible.
Yeah, I mean, with the Chiefs obviously looking like the best team in the AFC right now, it really wouldn't surprise me. If
the Steelers go to Kansas City, which is already, even when Kansas City is as good as they are, already a really tough place to win. Yeah. They get really, really loud there. But, yeah, I mean, if the Steelers went there and won, I'm not going to be shocked at all.
Yeah, and, as much as we say about the Steelers, offense and how good they can be, their defense has been impressive at times. They showed some flashes.
They gave up 30 points to the Jaguars, and 14 of it was off pick sixes.
Yeah, you can't expect your defense to be.
And then three more had to be terrible field position.
Yeah, that's what.
They literally won with, I think Blake Bortles didn't even throw for 100 yards.
Yeah.
I think he threw for 89 yards.
I just don't.
Fournette ran for 190.
Yeah, and most of it was on one play.
Yeah, 95 yards. He had 85 yards.
If we're gonna talk about quarterback play, though, we got to talk about right now
the GOAT.
Whoa.
I think he's the GOAT right now. He's literally probably the best pass thrower I've seen.
Talent-wise, I would not argue.
Yeah, at winning, obviously Brady, but
we're talking overall. It's obviously Brady, but
we're talking pure about winning.
Talent. Yeah. It's Rodgers.
Oh, pure talent. He makes throws that, just some people can't make.
And he
just literally, he has the Cowboys, which I
love that, yeah.
But, literally, if you give this man, a minute left on the clock and a chance to win, you can go ahead and put the L.
Yeah.
Go ahead and walk into your locker and put the L. You might as well not even have a defense out there.
Man, that pass to Devontae Adams was dirty.
Oh, yeah. Dirty. And props to Devontae Adams coming back. It looked like the man broke his neck.
Yeah, scary
sight. He didn't even miss a week.
Came out and made the game-winning touchdown.
Yeah. Aaron Rodgers just, whew. Yeah, maybe the GOAT statement's a little far, but
It's not a stretch. It's just.
I think it can be argued, but
the
definitive argument will be 5-1.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. If he wins another Super Bowl, if he wins 2 more Super Bowls, which I don't think is going to happen because it doesn't.
It's a big way of comparing things. But, I kind of always hate, the championship thing, too, because a lot of stuff has to go right aside from one player on a football team to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Basically, for 2 of Tom Brady's wins in the Super Bowl, Adam Vinatieri won it with his leg.
Yeah. And what most people don't remember about Tom Brady is early in his career, he was a game manager.
Yeah, exactly. So, still, Tom Brady, yeah. Is absolutely amazing. And one of the losses that they had in the Super Bowl took a crazy catch by David Tyree, who caught it on his helmet. Mm-hmm. But then another win that he had was when Seattle, I don't know what they were thinking. Marshawn Lynch from the 1-yard line, I would give it to him every single down. Oh. He's going to get in there on one of them downs.
Hell yeah, he is.
But anyways, just shout out for my last Week 5 thought. Bengals getting their second win. We're in there at 2-3. Got the bye week and a big game against the Steelers. And now we're tied with the same record as the Raiders. Who would have thought that?
Who would have thought it? How does this happen?
So, I love that.
All right, in other news, we're gonna go on to the man, the myth, the legend, the greatest quarterback that's ever touched a football. He loves to kiss titties. He loves to just get buckets. Mitchell, the man, Trubisky, showing some flashes, even with a bum on this side and a bum on that side and a bum in the slot. A bunch of bums on his team.
We're talking about a guy that when he was in North Carolina couldn't win the quarterback competition for a guy that's on practice squad for the Giants.
Listen.
That's what we're talking about right here.
He's salty because Kentucky ain't ever produced a high pick like that.
Jared Lorenzen.
Who we gonna get?
Tim Couch, bro.
Tim Couch.
Woo! Tim Couch.
You put Tim Couch on this Bears team.
I honestly don't even care about Kentucky football, I'm fully honest.
Listen, I'm not either, but Mitchell Trubisky, he's got the arm. He's shown some flashes. He's got the legs. That's one thing.
He can get outside the pocket. I can see some good things out of him. It's going to be tough to fully see it, I think, with the team that's built around him right now.
Tell me one thing. You absolutely, if you're the Bears' first-round pick, are you not, or I'd say the first 2 or 3 rounds, are you not spending definitely on offense for weapons?
Yeah, I don't watch their team much, so I don't know if they need offensive linemen as well. I'm guessing they probably do.
No, their offense is solid.
As long as it's solid, Trubisky can kind of mask that anyways because he can get outside the pocket.
Yeah, and you got Howard and Cohen. They really need some skill positions on the outside.
They do. One, they wasted who I actually thought was going to be a good player because he looked just ripped when he got drafted out of West Virginia. But Kevin White, I believe is his name.
Yeah,
the man played about 2 games in 3 years.
Yeah, we're going to give up on him. I just think they're going to. The first 5 rounds, I say you got to spend on skill positions.
In the first 5 rounds, I would be at least getting 3 wide receivers.
Yeah, see with the
maybe a tight end, but honestly, Zach Miller's not awful.
Yeah, that is what I was
he's solid pass catching tight end. He's not. He's middle of the road.
Just wide receivers. Or bring somebody in. I'm not sure who's out there, but maybe go get Josh Gordon.
Hey, if he becomes available, why not?
If he actually gets reinstated, bring him in, baby. Trubisky throwing some bombs.
But yeah, wait and see on Trubisky. He could be good, and he could also not be so good.
Listen, I'm just saying, you put him on the Texans right now, and you put Deshaun Watson on the Bears. It's not looking like Deshaun Watson is as good as he is right now.
I wouldn't think so either. The Texans definitely had a lot more weapons. They're talking about a team that's been to the playoffs and stuff too.
Yeah, DeAndre Hopkins, one of the best wide receivers.
He'd proven why he's one of the best. Last year dropped off a bit, but yeah.
Yeah, and Will Fuller, first-round pick. Obviously, Lamar Miller, I'm not a big fan of, but
as previously stated.
Yeah. Yeah, and we're going to talk about it. The Texans, you might as well throw in the J.J. Watt.
Yeah, J.J. Watt, I feel sorry for the man. Yeah. You thought he would have maybe had some good karma. Did not.
Yeah, rough. I think, is this 3 straight years he's been out?
I think it's at least 2, but it might be 3 now.
Or 3 of the 4, I think.
He's had a lot of injuries. Still young guy, though, too. But
yeah.
At least it's not the back again for him. It's just broken leg, which...
Yeah, definitely tough. But no, I have no doubt that...
if there's any man that'll come back, he'll be back strong as ever next year.